folks, welcome back to the Feroz Motor channel. Today I have the awesome opportunity to review this 2022 Corvette C8 Stingray. So this is the base model wrapped in this beautiful matte black. I'm not sure if this is a PPF or a wrap, but today we're going to go over what we have here with this car, with this key. So as you come around and take a look, here it comes with these awesomely spec'd Vossen wheels with a matte black and red interior. And the question I'm going to answer today is, with the cars being the BMW M3 and a Corvette C8 being in similar pricing, what is worth the money here? So first, we're going to take a look at the interior. We have it in this adrenaline red color, I believe. I think the Corvettes are a very nice fighter jet style, and overall I think it's going to age to the test of time what we have there. I'll step inside and show you the infotainment and everything. So inside of here, it's actually pretty comfortable. I want to say complete difference in seating and sizing is there's issues with how comfortable you get down in the seat. I think this Corvette really sits you in the ethos of a sports car as you're sitting deep in here and in your position. These are the optional seats, which are, I believe, the GT2 style, not the buckets, but super comfy. So I have the key fob here. I'm just going to show the infotainment. As you see here, we have first brake to start with around 3,000 miles in this car. All different types of data that you can see on the screen, and I believe it sounds really good. So super digging it. I know this is super controversial with this steering wheel being the squircle, they call it, the square circle, but overall it is still a blast. I will do an exhaust clip later, but in terms of performance, we could talk about that what's in the back of the car. So if you take a look here, we have the glorious and legendary V8, the Corvette motor of the LT2 engine. So this is 6.2 liters of American horsepower, old school push rod V8, making around 495 horsepower with the appropriate C51 package. But with this guy being just with the Magnum dampers and being a base C8, you're not getting all those extra performance goodies. So with this tire change and setup, looks like here they are rocking the Pilot all-season forks, which comes standard, being the run flat on this vehicle. The reason they have that is if you don't come with the Z51 equipped package, you don't get the nice and sticky PS4S rubber. But nonetheless, this is a great tire. I run this on my M3 personally, and I think they're actually, for most of the time and most of the driving, it is perfect for the job. So one thing to talk about is proportions and styling. I know it does get a little controversial when it comes to how the Corvette C8 looks. We know it comes in two styles, being the HTC, hard retractable hardtop convertible, and the coupe. As this being a coupe model, we get to see the engine here displayed for the motor. You get to see all of it, and one thing to have reason to concern are these vents. So as cool as it is to see it gassing out all these noises and exhaust fumes, when it does rain or have any inclement weather, you could have issues with things getting inside there. With my uncle owning one, he made his own little covers to block it in the rain because he doesn't have a garage, but it does a great job, and it's something to notice at. So we're gonna double click this to open up the trunk here, and we can take a better look at this motor. So as I said before, this is the LT2 V8 motor, making around 495 horsepower. Plenty of torque and oomph to get you out of the way here with the red package of making it look very nice and tasteful, as well as some of these aesthetically mods here. But overall, I think this car will age to the test of time. It is a little funky. They had to make some design situations and considerations, since one of the main things, as we all know, you have to fit golf clubs in the back. That is a non-negotiable they had for the Corvette lineup. But overall, it is a lot of fun. Comes with the soft close in the rear. I believe the newer models come with soft close in the front. Overall, I think it is such an awesome package. These cars ride so great on the street. There's so much performance, and you're finally getting a mid-engine car, sub $100,000. Excuse the noises, but when it comes to actual car performance, you cannot discredit what this car does for the price. As we see here and everything, I will now give it a startup. So let's see what it sounds like. So this comes with the optional performance exhaust. And we'll start it up. I doubt you'll hear me, but that's everything with the different display modes, with attack and information. Different exhaust modes have different noises, which is Tour, makes it a little quieter, Sport, which opens it up, and then we have Track, which really isn't a big difference. Well, we'll do one rev and we'll call it quits. Cool. So I will say it is super hard to beat the sound of a V8. This is just so American in all the ways. I think Chevy and Corvette has made such big strides on this model of car. If you come here and take a look at just the aggressive angle at this spot, it really does look exotic for the money. So I want to know what you guys think. I think for the money, as you said, I would not mind picking one of these up. But when it comes to it, we have a question on our mind. Where is the manual transmission? Well, we have a problem here. When this car came out, they decided when they were making this car, they have to understand that the buyer demographic for this vehicle is, no offense, a little old. And what happens when you have a strong chassis, usually when they're making this bespoke, these side sills here to keep chassis rigidity in a convertible, they make it really high. So when they make the jokes of having to really plop into a seat of a car, that was one sacrifice I had to make, and how they fixed that was making this transmission tunnel here out of a main strut brace to support what this vehicle has to offer. So that's why we call this here that wall of buttons. With a 2026 refresh, we are redoing this to make it a way more, I believe, aesthetically pleasing. Hopefully it does a little damage to these models, but in resale. But overall, I think it is a dedicated decision to make to get to this process. But in lieu of that, we lose something important, which is a 6-speed. Some people think that it's not that important to have it. With cars being so fast and this DCT being as proficient as it is in the street, I'm kind of not giving up a lot. I think with how this car revs out to around 6,500 RPM, you're running out of revs really fast. So as you're constantly shifting, it's keeping you engaged and fun in the vehicle. But overall, I am quite the fan. I think this is a super tasteful spec and color. If you guys are interested in this vehicle, please hit up BMW of Ramsey and thank them for letting me have this opportunity to review the car here. Alex Meza, my sales guy, super awesome, help you out with anything you need, and we can keep going with this review. So another thing too is this key fob. As you see here, it is a little chunky, got the Corvette logo in the back, but overall I can get used to it when I'm compared to with my BMW keys. So actually, in some ways they're pretty similar, fun enough. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So talk about that. Now let's go and talk about my M3. We have it parked out over here, and immediately what I want to say is we're going from a sports sedan to an actual dedicated sports car. And what we're giving up in that is a lot of things. So typically already from the suspension geometry and structure of this car, this is a McPherson strut in the front, multi-link in the rear, with the C8 Corvette being a full dedicated sports car, being double wishbone all around. So overall, we're having some compromises. Compromise is the word. How hard do you want to compromise in having a do-it-all daily versus having a dedicated sports car? Of course, that is 2 seats with nothing in the back. Tons of space I might add with the front and the trunk. But when you come to this, guys, it is so hard to beat. You can fit your kids in the back. I call this the ultimate grocery getter, as you know. I might be a little biased, but you just have so much room to party back here. You have a trunk that works and all the tech to match. And I must say, even though I have the manual transmission, which makes this super attractive and attainable for this car, the power of a turbo engine versus what you get in a naturally aspirated is very different. After I've driven one of these before, just feeling the raw difference in horsepower, I know these are detuned, but once you're in boost and it rips, you gotta hold on for the ride. So it's a ton of fun. As I said, with the C8 Corvette, as we come back here, it's still plenty of power. One thing I really want to get and understand is the power of an LT6 being in the Z06 motor, but that is not something we can have today. I will try my best to get it to you guys. With that being said, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. I'll try to get you some more B-roll and footage of this car. I think I said for the money, around I believe they're asking $72,000 for this car with how it's spec'd up. It is a 3LT trim, which comes with all the extended leather and goodies in the car. So very tasteful street touring spec, I'd say. You could have this being more GT, more performance-based, and that's kind of the beauty of Corvette and BMWs. Really make it how you want it, and the aftermarket scene is so huge. Even with this option of the aftermarket black wheels here and all the other mods with these bright red calipers, I think this is a very clean and tasteful spec that they have going on, going for that Batmobile aesthetic. But like I said, what a car. I'll try my best to get you guys some footage, but as you know, I did make another video reviewing my uncle's, which is very similar to this car. So if you guys enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your host, Ryan. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Feroz Moto, out.
Keep it straight. It's straight.
Thank you guys so much again for watching. Here we have my M3 going back into a parking lot. And just want to say, overall in this video, I do not think you can go wrong with either one of these cars. There is so much performance packaged into both of them that are super comfortable and reliable dailies based on what you want. We're in the modern era of cars where they're all heavy and fast, and you just got to choose your flavor of performance that you want. So that being said, stay tuned for more of these uploads. I have a ton more videos coming out. I appreciate you guys all if you stuck out to the end of this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. I'm out.